We're almost at the end of the video, so I've saved this for the end because it's a little bit lighter. Limit breaks carry over as a system from the original Final Fantasy VII with a couple of changes. The character's limit gauge is shown below the character's MP as a yellow bar. With each hit the character takes, the limit gauge fills up. The limit gauge's value changes depending on the level of limit break the character has set. For example, if Cloud has Cross Slash equipped, the limit gauge has a value of 1000. If he equips Ascension, it has a value of 1350. Once the gauge is full, a new option is available in the character's command menu. Limit breaks cost no ATB to activate and deplete the limit gauge completely once used, with one exception. If a character equips the Refocus materia, characters can opt to use the Refocus limit break instead, which will add an extra section to the ATB gauge. The ATB gauge will be split into 3 sections instead of 2, filling each section quicker. The limit gauge is still fully depleted once used, but then it will be refilled by 500 limit points. The rate at which the limit fills depends on the difficulty level. Here is the limit point formula for each difficulty. In addition to taking damage to fill the limit gauge, causing staggers on enemies will also fill it. The character that causes the stagger receives the limit bonus. A stagger generates 350 limit points for the character that staggered the enemy, so if you want a certain character to get their limit, make sure they're the one doing the staggering. So without further ado, let's take a look at each of the character's limit breaks. Cross Slash is Cloud's level 1 limit break. Cloud cuts 3 times, leaving an ominous shape. The third hit causes a knockdown. It has a power level of 1700 across the 3 hits, and a heat value of 5 loaded into the third hit. This rises to 10 against a pressured enemy. Cross Slash has a poise value of 60 and a break value of 70, meaning it can blow through most attacks in the game, as well as cause hit stun to just about anything it hits. Unless otherwise stated from this point onward, all limit breaks have a break of 70 and a poise of 60. Cloud's level 2 limit break is Ascension, an 11-hit sword combo ending in a thrusting uppercut. It has a power level of 2800 and a heat value of 50 loaded into the last hit. The 7th and 11th hits cause a launch state. It's very good at staggering enemies from just performing it. Barrett's first limit break is Fire in the Hole, a charged shot that explodes with an area of effect. It has a power level of 1700 and a heat value of 5, rising to 10 on a pressured enemy. It also causes the launch effect. Catastrophe is Barrett's level 2 limit break, an airborne beam attack. It has a power level of 2800 and a heat value of 60. It also has the effect of locking the enemy in place so that once it hits, all of it hits. Tifa's level 1 limit break is Somersault. Tifa runs at the enemy and delivers a backflipping kick. It has a power level of 1700 and a heat value of 4, rising to 8 on a pressured enemy. It causes the launch effect on hit. Her second limit break is Dolphin Flurry, a series of punches and kicks ending in a massive jumping uppercut. It has a power level of 2960 and a heat value of 50. A number of the attacks also cause the launch effect. Aerith's level 1 limit break is Healing Wind. Aerith heals all allies for no MP or ATB cost, equal to half of their max HP. And finally, her level 2 limit break is Planet's Protection. Aerith casts a spell on all allies which applies the shield effect for 80 seconds. If you've made it all the way here, thanks for watching. This is a long video and was the result of hours and hours of research, testing, recording and editing across multiple Final Fantasy games. Knowing how things work in games is very satisfying, and game mechanics is something I focus on, so I hope that when playing Final Fantasy VII Remake now, you'll have a newfound appreciation for the work Square Enix have done. Final Fantasy VII Remake is more than just a remake of the original, and it's more than just a sequel. It's a celebration of the series and how far Final Fantasy has come. Through the video, I've referenced other Final Fantasy games, included little bits of trivia, and shown how Remake pulls from them to create something new, but also something that respects the legacy of the series. Legacy is clearly very important to the makers of the game through all of the refinements and tweaks made to the various systems that have been used over the years. I hope these parts of the video have shone a light on areas of these games that you never noticed before, or maybe even took for granted. As I said in the Bamshew review, Final Fantasy VII Remake is a very special existence, and one many of us that were old enough to experience, comprehend, and love the original when it first released will feel a greater attachment to than others. I was 12 when I played Final Fantasy VII, and I'm 35 now. It's been a myth for so long, I still can't believe they went and did it. But one thing they 100% surprised everyone with is how robust, satisfying and deep the battle system is. Here's hoping the next part of the project continues to surprise us and deliver a new but familiar Final Fantasy experience. Thanks for watching.